All right, welcome to the May update. Rico's Nano Challenge 2018. A lot has gone on. I got the baby in the background. You're going to hear that the whole time. That's okay though. So tank's trucking along. Congratulations to everybody who's still in it. I would like to see Rico sit down and show off some of the videos again, but you know, that's kind of what I want. We'll start with livestock. Some blue zoanthids, some red ones that were in the back of the tank. They're still trying to open up. A couple frags on that one. This is a mushroom rock that I had a bunch of little baby mushrooms and I just glued 8 of them on there. So you can see the biggest one at the bottom. They grow super neon in the green. If you go on Instagram, I do a lot of blue shots. And you can see those. The Recordia here, I got 2 of them on there. They're doing nice. This little corner thing. The Pagoda yellow rim, really. I mean, it's definitely wider. It was narrow. Some Blastos that were rescued out of my other tank. Doing very happy. This Blasto was rescued out of my other tank, and it's very happy. There's a Vito, the cleaner shrimp he just shed. The Daglophovites, you can see it's growing off to the right there, and it's starting to grow up to the left. Yep, there she is. There's Biggie, my tail spot blenny. That was an addition to the tank. A little LPS orange there. That's really bright orange. And you can see here in the back that the green star polyp wall is starting to grow up. So that's been real nice. My Akamai pump inside the tank has been doing pretty good. It's set pretty low, and we'll get to equipment in a minute, but that's been interesting. This Fabia has been doing really good. This Fabia has been doing really good. The Monty, Tropic Thunder Monty, is growing off of the original plug on the right there back to the rock. This is a kind of a purple with yellow eyes. A pink Japanese Yoji leather. Really proud of that one. That was hard to find. I do want to get maybe even a blue leather. Definitely liking the idea of the leathers in here. Chalice coloring up nicely. It's green and pink. A little piece of Setosa that I broke off. Again, you can see some of that's opening, some of it's not too happy, but it is starting to grow. Some of the pieces on the back wall. And then we got some Jason Fox, or what is that? The fuzzy, green fuzzy. There it is. Freak hair, yeah. And then the Monty, you can see it spreading out on there. So I did have a little coral warfare. This guy put its guts out and ate half of that one and closed up all those zoas. So he's out here in the middle now. This is an orange Galaxia. There's another Rhodactis. It's got red stripes. It's still kind of coloring up. And the interstellar mushroom is doing awesome. Little Zoa Island here, yellow scrambled eggs, some Fruit Loops. They're normally happier, you know, aside from the coral warfare. Acans are doing okay. Actually, they're doing better than okay. Clove polyps growing super slow. And John Deere. There's my Colt. It's closed up. Oh, and look, my star polyps. Or my sun coral is open. It's just right behind that power head, and I don't have filter socks, so I do give it reef chili and reef-roids mix once a week, but and then the flipper there. So that's the inside of the tank. I put a little splitter on there, but the big news is I put it on a stand and got it off of the toolbox. So the stand has been great. We'll start out here. The Chaeto reactor Just a simple 1/2-inch hose with a valve, and it's twice as full as it was. It's working great. Old Synergy Reef. The cabinet's giving me a place to put all my stuff. So I've got, you know, my light controller there, power bar, and then the old Apex in the back, keeping my reef from melting like poor Smokey. 90 degrees. Won't happen with a reef controller. It'll turn off the heater. You know, you can get a used one for like 80 bucks. Good reef insurance. Still doing the KZ Nano pack basically. Here's my Chemi Pure Blue, and then because I got the Blenny, I'm just feeding that Formula 2 Reef Nutrition. Maybe every other day. The phosphates in this have been a problem, hence the little bit of hair algae, and which has been getting a little better, and the Chaeto reactor. The ATO is still doing good. That lasts about 2 weeks. The Kalkwasser went from lasting 4 months down to maybe 2.5, so I've been cranking it up. There's a BRS doser back there giving the Kalkwasser, and that's the lifter pump, the Tom's Aqua Lifter. Zet-Lite still doing good. There's my cooling fan hooked to the Apex, and it got a little silly back here. The hang on the back one, Aquamax, doing awesome. I cleaned it once. Baby's having fun. The ATO doing great. I've got pond matrix down there. So there's an Eheim 50 gallon per hour pump at the end of that hose that pumps it out down there, and then it just comes back in and returns in there. Because they're at the same height, it flows pretty good. What else do I have crammed back here? So my probes for temperature and pH, so that the Kalkwasser will shut off if it gets too high. And then and there's a heater way down there in that chamber. And the Chemi Pure Blue wasn't bringing down my phosphates. I mean, I was still having trouble. I was feeding Reefroids like every other day, so I slowed that down. But so I just shoved a couple packs in this old Innovative Marine that I had. So I just drop them in there now. At least I've got it, you know, flowing, pushing through there. And you know, I do 25% water change every week, but still my phosphates are high. You know, feeding a lot with the Reefroids. This rock did come used, and I do, you know, kind of push the light. So I don't believe in, I've had to take a toothbrush to it, but I don't believe in necessarily trying to get rid of the air algae you have or buying a fish that does it. I kind of believe in fixing the problem in the first place. So that's the last kind of hurdle, is getting the phosphates under control. If the Chemi Pure Blue up here doesn't work, I'm just going to put some GFO in it. But I like the fact that you can just throw them packs in there and replace them once a month. You know, easy is good. So there's where the Kalkwasser comes in. There's the ATO. But it's been good. It's been fun. It gives problems, and you fix them, and that's what reefing is. So, you know, everything's still alive. Casper, the whitefish. I did have to move out. I had a frag of Looney Tunes stylo that really didn't like it, so that went to the big tank. I had a frag of yellow rimmed red Favia, which was beautiful, and it didn't like it, and I think it may have actually got stung by the red rim Favia I have in there that I took out also. So you know, core warfare, phosphates, everything else has been going smooth, and then of course it looks a little better in the on the stand than on the toolbox. So good luck to everybody. We're almost at the 6-month mark, and I hope everybody's doing well. I'm gonna keep putting out videos every month, and you'll see me every week on Instagram. And I try to change up the photos, and we'll watch it grow. I still have this big spot here in the middle that I'm kind of saving for something special. I don't know. And then there's some more room up here, so there'll be a few more corals, maybe some more in the acan garden. This Cyphastria has started to encrust out, so that's the plan for that whole rock there. So the plan is in motion. Happy reefing, y'all.